Hey guys, I hope you're well. I'm going to talk today about one of my favourite topics, which is about the skin barrier. And I go on about this a lot because I actually think it's so important and can make such a difference to the way your skin looks, the health of your skin, and also how you can tolerate actives. So even before you start to use any sort of active products, we need to make sure that your skin barrier is actually intact and healthy. So what exactly is your skin barrier? Well, your skin barrier is the outer layer of skin, which dermatologists know as your stratum corneum. And that's a dead layer of skin cells. But even though the skin cells are dead, it's very biologically active. So it helps to hold and lock moisture in and keep environmental aggressors out. Now, like I said, although the skin cells in that layer are dead, it's really biologically active. You've got all sorts of lipids, natural moisturizing factors, amino acids that help to hydrate the skin and keep your skin barrier healthy. So why can it go wrong? Well, some people just have a slightly weaker skin barrier than others. If you're prone to dry skin or you've had problems with eczema, the likelihood is that your skin doesn't make the lipids and amino acids quite as efficiently as it should, and so it's not quite as good at holding moisture in. But never mind the genetics, there's also a lot that we do to our skin which can actually damage our skin barrier. And I think skincare is one of the really key things that we do. So harsh foaming cleansers, we know that they raise the pH of our skin. And once our skin starts to lose that nice natural acidity, we start to break down our skin barrier. So cleansing can be really important, and anything foaming can actually damage our skin barrier. Then alcohol, so like denatured alcohol containing products, so things like toners or other products which might contain high concentrations of that can also dry out and irritate our skin. And then different sort of environmental conditions. So in nice, hot, humid weather, our skin doesn't lose as much water and our skin barrier is nice and healthy. But in dry conditions, and that might be like cold weather, indoor heating, it could be air conditioning, all of that can actually damage. So to keep our skin nice and healthy, we need to avoid the sort of harsh products that we can use, like the foaming cleansers, and keep our skin nice and humidified and within our environment. But what can we do to actually restore our skin barrier? Well, the first thing is moisturizers. And I think sometimes moisturizers just by themselves are thought of as like, it's just a moisturizer. But actually, this is your skin barrier boosting chance. So what sort of ingredients should we be looking for? And I think recently, in the last few years, moisturizers have become more technological, they've become more complicated to really try and emulate and replicate what's going on in our natural skin. So the sorts of ingredients that I really like within a moisturizer is to have a nice range of different types of products. So there are 3 types of moisturizers. So one's an emollient, and that sort of smooths the skin surface and makes it generally look more hydrated. Then you have occlusives, and they sort of hold the water in and stop it from evaporating off. And then there are humectants, which can draw moisture in from other areas to lock it into the skin. And I think a nicely formulated moisturizer will have a real combination of all of these. So you might have something like an emollient with something like shea butter, an occlusive with a bit of mineral oil or dimethicone, and then a humectant like glycerin. And a combination of those can provide a really nice rounded moisturizer. The other thing to look for are ceramides, because they are lipids which are naturally occurring within our skin, which can really help to boost skin barrier. And niacinamide, another ingredient which can have a multitude of effects on the skin, but can also help to boost ceramide synthesis. So all of those sorts of products are really, really helpful. What else can you do to boost your skin barrier? Well, if your skin barrier is really problematic, you may find that your skin becomes red, flaky and dry. So if you're noticing that, you may actually need some sort of anti-inflammatory treatment. And a dermatologist can provide a cream which is non-steroid, which can actually help to boost your barrier. So if you've done the avoiding the harsh products, the detergents, and you've added in a really nice rounded moisturizer, but you're still finding that your skin barrier is a little bit weakened because you're dry, red, flaky, and sensitive, then you may want to add in a medicated product from a dermatologist. There are also things that you can do from inside. So there are some foods that you can eat, and I really like fish oils for this. So cold water fish like mackerel, tuna, herring, all of those sorts of fish can actually be really helpful to try and boost your skin barrier. And if you're not that keen on those sorts of fish, then you could take a fish oil supplement. Also try and help to boost antioxidants within your diet, because that can be a really useful way of protecting your skin, because over time your skin barrier will become a little bit weaker. So as we age, as our skin ages, we find that our skin barrier gets weaker. So even more important to eat a really rounded diet in those sorts of situations. So that's your skin barrier explained. Things to do, things not to do, and what you can do from inside to actually help boost it. So head over to my Instagram at Dr. M Wedgeworth for product recommendations to boost your barrier function.